Drew McIntyre just put out a big scare that has everyone worried, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's up with AJ Lee, Liv Morgan, and more. Starting things off with Drew McIntyre and the latest update there. Drew took to social media this week to reveal that he was stranded in the United Kingdom after they didn't allow him to get back on his flight to the States. There was an issue with his passport, and despite him being an actual United States resident, he still was denied entry to the flight. Drew McIntyre captioned his post by saying that he may not make it back to the States in time for his Summerslam match. Drew's reveal instantly blew up, with fans trying to figure out what's going on here. Is it a work? Was Drew being over dramatic just to build up hype and conversation around his SummerSlam status? Or what exactly is going on here? Well, reports claim that the situation is real, but that no one actually believed that Drew won't make it back in time for SummerSlam. Everyone expects him to be there, and that's how they're looking at that situation. So it'll be worth it to keep an eye on Drew's social media for any updates to his status. Will he reveal that he makes it back to the States, or will he put a storyline twist to this and leave Drew's status up in the air until the last second? That's a situation that's worth monitoring. AJ Lee made a rare appearance during the 2025 San Diego Comic-Con event, and she was answering some big questions in regards to her fans, wrestling, and breaking a specific rule with CM Punk. When speaking with her fans, AJ said that she does miss the element of seeing them every week at wrestling shows. She had this to say, quote, "I love them, and I feel like I stay so close to them always. They are a piece of my heart. I do miss having that direct connection where I can see them every week. The real cool thing is, when I do mental health keynote speeches, wrestling fans will show up at those medical conferences. You guys are the most beautiful people in the world. It really is a family bond." End quote. AJ also spoke on the physicality of being in the ring and how she was even scared of ring rust when she was wrestling for the TV series Heels from a few years ago. Quote, "The physicality, I was so afraid to do heels. It was the first time I wrestled in 8 years and my body bounced right back. It was like riding a bike, a really painful bike. The physicality is fun." End quote. The last big topic that AJ touched on was the event that was the idea of working professionally with CM Punk again and breaking that unwritten rule they have of not working together. AJ had this to say about where her mindset's at right now when it comes to that. Quote, "I think the key to being married for 12 years is that we don't work together, but yeah, it'd be really cool. Never say never is what I say to all things when people ask me where I'm going to work. But yeah, he's a really good writer and a really good artist, acting and wrestling." End quote. The interesting part that everyone is trying to figure out is, what exactly is AJ saying never say never to right there? Is she saying never say never to the idea of acting alongside Punk? Or is she also including the idea of working alongside each other in the world of pro wrestling as well? Because AJ surely did make it seem like she missed wrestling. She said she missed seeing the fans every week. She missed the physicality of it, and when she was last wrestling for the heel show, she said it was like riding a bike and she snapped back into it. So the long wait for AJ's return to the ring continues. Outside of wrestling for that show, AJ hasn't stepped foot inside a ring for a real match since spring of 2015, well over 10 full years. AJ's hiatus from the ring is now officially longer than CM Punk's entire time away from WWE during his hiatus. So the fact that AJ continues to say never, fans are desperately holding on to hope there. Could another crash be on the way for the Judgment Day? Since their creation in 2022, the Judgment Day has seen a lot of ups and a lot of downs. From betrayals to title losses to members getting kicked out, the group has been through it all. The most recent down moment for the group came with the unfortunate loss of Liv Morgan due to a freakish shoulder injury. But the Judgment Day was able to keep things afloat and once again enter a new peak for themselves. Finn Balor and JD won back the tag team titles. Dominik had the Intercontinental title secured, and Roxanne and Raquel took over as women's tag team champions. It literally can't get any better than that right there. Every single active member of the Judgment Day was covered in their own piece of championship gold. But as history has shown us, things could always turn into a roller coaster for the Judgment Day in a hurry. So that's why fans are curious if this championship honeymoon phase for the Judgment Day could come crashing down at any moment. Maybe even at SummerSlam, because a lot of the Judgment Day titles will be up for grabs at the event. Dominik Mysterio will put his Intercontinental Championship on the line against AJ Styles. Dominik has been champion since April, but he hasn't been active much as of late due to a rib injury. So can AJ Styles step in and snatch the Intercontinental Championship away from Dominik? There's no doubting a superstar at that caliber of AJ Styles, so he's more than capable of taking that title off of Dominik. So Dominik's championship reign is definitely in trouble at SummerSlam, and then for Raquel and Roxanne, they also face a tough task. They'll have to put their tag team titles on the line against a dangerous team of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Alexa and Charlotte may not be fully on the same page with each other at the moment, but with the both of them being the future Hall of Famers that they are, they can snap into it at any time and be a serious threat to snatch those tag team titles away from the Judgment Day. The two major title matches for the Judgment Day members at SummerSlam, and by no means are any of the matches just a simple walk in the park. Sure, it's possible that the Judgment Day can sneak away past those big opponents and retain all their titles, but it's also possible that Dominik, Raquel, and Roxanne could all leave SummerSlam empty-handed with their titles all taken away from them. Dominik losing his title could have implications on his complicated relationship with Finn, but Raquel and Roxanne losing the tag team titles would have even larger implications for the entire return story of Liv Morgan that's looming over the Judgment Day right now. Some fans were discussing the idea of Liv Morgan returning at SummerSlam to purposely screw Raquel and Roxanne out of the titles. Although that does seem like a fun and unexpected surprise, it does seem a bit too early for a return for Liv Morgan. The original time frame for her return from that injury was right around late 2025, early 2026. So an early return like that may be a little bit unrealistic, but either way, if they lose the titles to Alexa and Charlotte, that does affect the Liv Morgan story in the long haul. Raquel, and more specifically Roxanne, had one job: keep the titles safe and secure until Liv Morgan returns to take her title back. But if Raquel and Roxanne end up losing the tag team titles while Liv is away, you just got to assume that Liv Morgan is going to return enraged, and with the both of them in her crosshairs. So although Liv may not physically be present at SummerSlam, if they lose those tag team titles at that event, that very well could be some very early seed planting for Liv Morgan's explosive return down the line. SummerSlam will be a tough task for the Judgment Day, and we'll have to see if they're able to walk out of that event with all three of their championships. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.